Hi friends, this is Deepak Taylor coming again with the topic of life and parenting during childhood. This is my third and concluding session on the topic. To save time, I am not summarizing the previous sessions. Let me start directly with my fourth point, that is exhibition of child. It is observed that many a times parents try to fulfill their incomplete desires through their children by exhibiting the child. Or there are parents who feel they have the required talent and skill and they want the same to be acquired by their child. In both the cases, they are not having the right approach towards the child. If the parents have a particular talent or skill, the child is observing them on a daily basis as it grows, and if the child is interested, it will acquire the same talent and skill. There is no need to force or thrust upon one's wishes on the child. It is also observed that the moment child learns or acquires some skill, parents start exhibiting the child in front of the guest when they come to their house by making the child to talk something, say poetry, dance or sing, which is against the wish of the child. Parents think by doing so they are encouraging the child to become bold and social. But in reality, as the child is dependent on parents, it obeys to them and at the same time develops a belief that it has to listen to those who are strong and powerful. And such a belief system remains with the child even when it grows. The other reality which the parents miss to observe is that the guest is also not interested. They are aware that the parents wants to show off. Though nowadays such cases have reduced as there are very few people who visit others. But at the same time, as the technology has developed a lot, there are many social platforms available for parents to exhibit their child. It is observed that parents make videos of their children and post it on social media. We have seen various types of videos generally. They are like the child talking something like a parrot without understanding the meaning of it, as the entire narration was done by the parents. Or you could see videos of child dancing, singing or displaying some talent or skill. By exhibiting the child in such a manner, the parents are creating a particular image of the child in front of those who are looking at the videos. But in reality, the child is much different than the image presented by the parents. Indirectly, the parents are labeling the child with a particular skill or talent or a particular behavior. And by doing so, they are creating a boundary wall around the child, which the child finds it difficult to break when it grows, thus hampering the growth of the child. So my request to parent is, do not forcibly exhibit your child or create any boundary wall. The child is yet to grow and gain many experiences in life, gain knowledge, acquire skill, which are much beyond what the parents have just presented or labeled. The best way would be to behave like the mighty lion and not the goat in the story which we listened in the first part. Here I would like to end my point. My next point is, do not give all that the child wants, because by doing so you are depriving the child from the experiences and the pleasures of having something. Also, the child will not understand the value of all that you have directly given him. There are chances as the child grows, he will not understand the difference between the needs and the wants, and his or her wants will go on increasing day by day. Another aspect of such parental behavior is the child will never learn to listen no, whereas it will have to face in the real world. Many a times no in life, and at that time it will be very difficult for the child to face such a situation as it has never experienced it before. Here I would like to narrate my own experience. One day, I, along with my family, my wife, and my 5-year-old son, had been to the market after we had shifted to a new residential place. While returning, on the way, we had some fresh and hot snacks. After that, as we were walking on the road, my child saw outside a shopping center a softy ice cream machine and started to demand for it. As I was aware about his health and as told by the doctor, I explained him and told him why he cannot have the ice cream. But the child went on insisting and started crying loudly on the road. He created scenes. Many passersby stopped and watched. Even one of the person told me, क्या भाई साहब, एक 5 रुपये की आइसक्रीम के लिए आप बच्चे को क्यों रुलाते हो? I kept quiet. I was not bothered about what the people are thinking about me. I was only concerned about my son. I knew that if I give him ice cream, his health will spoil. I once again tried to explain my child, but now, knowing the support of the people coming, he started crying even still loudly and created scenes. He went on. Then I told my wife, let's leave from here and start walking. I went ahead. After some hesitation, my wife joined me. Hardly we had walked some 15-20 steps. My son came running and joined us without uttering a single word. Within a minute, he was quiet as we had stopped all communication. He started walking with us. After that day until today, he never created scenes in front of people to have something. Even he never demanded mobile. I gave him his first mobile when he was in second year of college. So friends, I hope from my personal experience there must be some insight to child's behavior. Friends, before I close on this point, I would like to talk on one more very important thing, that is mobile. It is observed nowadays, by the time the child learns to walk and talk, the parents give mobile to the child to play game. Parents who give mobile are those who don't have time for their child, or those who don't have answers to the questions of the child. By giving mobile to play games, parents are exposing the child to the virtual world, which is totally different than the reality. One must understand that the brain does not differentiate between virtual and real. It only captures the images and stores it in its memory. It is the intellect which differentiates, and the same is yet to be developed in a child. So, we are not allowing the child to understand the real world. Also, there is a danger of exposing the child to the radiation of mobile. By talking about mobile, I am not trying to say that it is bad. In fact, this gadget has made our life more comfortable and more informative. But my concern is about, rather than the person using the mobile has made the person addictive to it. And we have seen quite often that parents use mobile quite frequently in front of the child. Naturally, looking at this, the child will demand for the mobile. So my request to parents is, just explain the child how to dial an emergency number on a mobile so that it can use it during emergency. But at the same time, I have a request to parents to relook into their own habits of using mobile before they can say no to the child. Hence, I would prefer parents to encourage child doing some physical activity or playing outdoor, which will help him in both his emotional health as well as physical health. I think in short, this point is very clear. I don't want to elaborate it further. Here I would like to end my point on don't give all what the child wants. Also one more point, when the child grows and starts going to school, there will be a situation that child must be telling you everything. And one day the child may come and tell you that today we bunked one of the classes and we were playing. You immediately react and say that you are wrong. This is not the way you should do. Please don't do such thing. First listen to the child. Understand in what condition he did. Is it so that the entire class had bunked so he too had to join? If you say to the child that you are wrong, rather than explaining that the act or the behavior was not correct, there is a vast difference. And if you continue telling the child every time that you are wrong, surely in future the child will not tell you anything and will find someone outside in the form of friends to share his feelings, his thoughts, and you don't have any control over who would be his friends in future. So rather than telling the child that you are wrong, tell the act or the behavior was wrong. There is nothing wrong in you. And next time think when you do such an act or a behavior. So friends, there are many things, but I would like to end here, and I will be giving at the end a slide giving key summary points which you can go through and implement. Wish you happy parenting. May your child grow up as a great citizen. Let him enjoy life, understand the meaning of life rather than struggle throughout the life for survival, because the purpose of life is to experience the journey and enjoy all the fruits of experience. There is nothing like good or bad. It's all a learning process. So wish you good luck to you, your family. Have a great life. Live a blissful life. See you then again with a new topic. Till then, this is Deepak Taylor saying off for this session and on this topic. Thank you very much for your valuable time. Take care, be safe and healthy.